right, starting day 16. Slept good in my tent last night. I haven't been in my tent too much. Been staying at shelters, but I really like sleeping in my tent. The only problem is in the mornings you have to pack everything up. It takes a little bit longer. I tend to be a little slow anyway. But it was good today. Like I said, I slept good, had a beautiful sunset last night. I sat out there and watched the sunset. Crawled in my little tent and off I went. My sweet cousin Anita had my parents and her parents over, and they had a YouTube party. I hope you served popcorn. They watched most of the days up to a certain point, and I thought that was awfully sweet of you, so thank you. When I stopped in the campground yesterday, I packed in some water. I knew there was no water up here on this campground, and I cooked down there yesterday, so I didn't have to do any cleaning or anything here. Didn't have to do any cooking there last night, so I didn't have to clean pots or pans. So I got all my water, and this morning after breakfast I loaded up my bottles and still had about a half a bottle of water, half a container of water. Sawyer has these these big plastic bottle bags you keep water in. So I loaded up on water. I just drank. It's kind of like a camel. You want to drink all your water in the morning as much as you can. Head off really hydrated. So that's what I'm doing. Interesting, I'm going to be going through the valley today, and you can't camp in the valley, and there are no shelters. That really stinks. So I had a choice of either 16 or like 34 miles today, and 16's a little short, but 34 is I'm not doing 34. There's a little trail right there. And so it looks like today will be a 16-mile day. I'll study it a little bit more. Hitting a really long flat section now. For the next couple of days, it's just not much elevation. I think it's called the Cumberland Valley I'll be going through, and I'm looking forward to that. All right, day 16's underway. All right, so I'm about 2 hours, well, hour and 40 minutes into my hike. Came across this real nice stealth campsite. It's right at the top of a little hill, and there are these things. Great big old holes. There's one here. One here. One up there. I don't know what those things are about. Anyway, there they are, back on the trail. All right, just a little over 5 miles in today so far. I'm at the James H. Fry shelter. Little picnic table here. Pretty clean shelter. Got double bunks on either side and a lot of space in the middle. Looks like it'd be good in a storm. Have a privy up a hill. Everything's up a hill. And that's it. A little fire pit here. I stopped here and ate a Nature's Valley protein bar. It's very good. All right, here we go. All right. Just met a guy, Thru-Hiker. He's from Kansas, and he says everybody's calling him Kansas. I was impressed with my 22 yesterday. He's doing 37 today. Well, there you go. Of course, he's young and got young legs. I'm old and I've got old legs. But anyway, all's well. Going up to a little store up here, get a little lunch, maybe lift my spirits. All right, here we go. All right, 2/10 of a mile off the trail. Oh, is Green Mountain General Merchandise, and they sell food. I understand there was a half-gallon challenge on ice cream back earlier, but I couldn't go to it because they were closed. I'll eat an ice cream cone in honor of them today. Green Mountain General Merchandise. All right, I'm in the store and I ran into Kansas. Hey. All right, that's Early Riser. Talked about him earlier. This guy's flying. Let me show you. Note to self: do not eat a big lunch and a bowl of ice cream right before you go out and hike up a mountain and it's hot outside. All right, here's the peak of a mountain. I don't know the mountain. It's near the shelter I'm going to. It's a fun climb up here on a warm day. All right, I thought I was at the top, but I wasn't. Now I get to do this. I get to go over all of this. Looks fun. Let's see how this works. Okay, follow the blaze. Little tunnel there. Okay, go up here. There's the two. There's a little arrow. So the trail goes this way. Wind's blowing up here. Feels good. Well, at least we don't have to go over the top of it. All right, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. What goes up must come down. Well, here's down, John. So I was looking on AWOL. That's the guide, one of the guidebooks I used. And it said rock maze. I had no idea what they were talking about. Now I do. This is the second one. It's all rock. So you go here. Ugh. Step up here. Sorry about that. We got to go through all these little cracks. Hang on. Ugh. I got to climb over this. So I'm going to have to put my phone up for a little bit. But this is a rock maze. This rock in front of me is almost as tall as I am. Just give you some perspective. All right. So I just stopped at the Alec Kennedy shelter and got some water. I wasn't feeling good. I think it was a combination of eating too much lunch, and it got hot today, and it was kicking my butt. I did not feel good. I was throwing up and all kind of nasty things. And I thought I'd just stop there at that shelter and relax. But I sat there and I ate a Cliff Bar and drank a whole bunch of water, resupplied all my waters, filtered them, put them back in. And it felt pretty good, and I said, well, it's only 3.7 miles, which is not 2 hours, 1 hour, hour and a half maybe. And there's a campground out of Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania, and it's set up for backpackers right on the town edge. The trail actually goes through Boiling Springs, but my goal is to get to that campsite tonight and put up my tent again, and then get some sleep. Tomorrow morning, I want to get up early. Tomorrow's when I cross the Cumberland Valley, and the Cumberland Valley's flat. I mean, this whole thing tomorrow is just flat, but there's no campsites and there's not much water, and it's supposed to be 80 degrees tomorrow. So I'm thinking of getting up early and starting at the crack of dawn while it's still nice and cool, and see how I can do. I'm loaded with water tonight. I need to be loaded with water when I start tomorrow. The trail conference center for that area has a spigot outside their building, and we walk right by it. But I was just told that by somebody coming southbound that they were doing some construction and the spigot was off, which means I may have to go into a restaurant or something tomorrow morning as breakfast and refill all my water while I'm in there. But whatever I do, I won't eat too much, and I won't eat any ice cream, that's for dang sure. So anyway, off I go. Try to get them set up. It's 5:49 right now, and I should be in before dark. Have everything done. It's interesting. I think I mentioned this earlier. The way this is set up, I'm as far south as you can go on the trail without hitting that Cumberland Valley block. And I say block is because you've got to hike it all at once. You can't stop. And 14's not a problem. But like I woke up last night and I thought, you know, when I went to bed last night, I was thinking I'll just do another 20 tomorrow. I was feeling good. And I started looking at my map, and there's nowhere I could go. It was either whatever I'm doing today, which is 16 something, or like 34. And I can't do 34 yet. I don't think I want to do 34. I think there's some big time hikers out here. Guy named Early Risers coming up behind me. Met that guy today named Kansas. I think he was doing 36 miles today. And of course, I've only been on the trail, I think, 17 days. So I'm surprised I'm doing 20s. But anyway, I'm looking forward to tomorrow's flat terrain. and getting that out of the way. And maybe I can get a fairly big day tomorrow. Yeah, the first shelter will be like 18. The second shelter will be, I'm doing these numbers off the top of my head. I can be wrong. It'll be like 24. So I'll get an idea. I'll know before I start. But at least I have some options this way. All right. Next time I talk to you, I'll have my tent set up, I hope. So, coming down the mountain, don't get seasick here. And I'm coming down the mountain, and suddenly you come into Cumberland Valley. And I'm going to assume that this is big time farming country. Holy moly, look at this. All this pretty green. Beautiful farms, flat. That's what I'm going to hike tomorrow for the next 20 or so miles, just flat. Yay. All right, so I got my tent kind of set up. Here I am in Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania. This is the hikers camp.
Otherwise known as the hobo camp.
The hobo camp. And I come all the way up here, and here these other two guys are, and they're both from Georgia.
Coming Georgia.
Coming Georgia, and Murray, go dogs. Go dogs.